And good afternoon. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fusel. We have another big show to get to today about Sunday's card. Nice carryover in the Pick Six. We have a bunch of videos and stats to show you for today, but we have to talk about yesterday. What a big day we had here at Laurel Park. The place was jumping. The place was crowded. There was a big crowd everywhere, outside, inside, up in the sports book. The handle was big. We were going against a big number from last year when there was a Triple Crown on the line with Justify. No Triple Crown on the line last year. We beat last year's handle, so we had a huge day here at Laurel Park, and congratulations to everybody up there at Belmont Park. They had a record handle for a non-Triple Crown year, so a big day for horse racing yesterday.
Beautiful weather up there in New York yesterday as well. We had a great crowd. You need that. I mean, we've got this game I talk about. We've got to bring in new people, new incentives to bring in a crowd. Let's teach them a few things, get them involved in this great game of horse racing, and get them involved in a little bit of gambling too. It's fun. I mean, compared to the other sports betting, you can't beat horse racing. It
was Fan Appreciation Day yesterday, so nice job by the marketing department, nice job by the racing office. We had 8 consecutive allowance races yesterday, and they drew a big handle. Trevor McCarthy, he'd been a little quiet I guess the first weekend, but he had a big 3-win day yesterday.
Oh, he did. And how about the last race? A great provider. How game is that horse? Surrounded at the 8th pole, dug back in and went clear. I mean, you got to love a horse like that. Like Willer, we got some horses up there. He's a man. There's no doubt about it when it comes to racehorses.
And as far as the Belmont, trainer Mark Cassey, he's having a big year. Didn't win it with War of Will. War of Will got caught on the outside, just like the favorite for Belmont, Tacitus. But Sir Winston by Awesome again. Big day for Adena Springs down there in Kentucky. Awesome again, their big sire. He's the sire of this year's Belmont Stakes winner.
Had a great trip. You know, the inside was a pretty good place to be at Belmont Park yesterday. Rode the rail, shifted out a little bit, and went on with it to go clear. And not an easy test, stretching out. What was he, a mile and 1/8 last time? Or miles?
Well, the Peter Pan.
And then going right out to the Belmont distance, a mile and a half. But boy, great, a good ride. Cassie takes 2 legs, right?
Mark Cassey having a big year. So a big day yesterday. We're going to have a big day today. And a week from today, we're going to have another Monster Super Sunday. It's Father's Day. All right, come celebrate Dad this Sunday, June 16th, right here at Laurel Park. It's the first annual Cars, Cigars, and Barbecue, the ultimate Dad's Day out. Enjoy a day of heart-pounding thoroughbred racing. We have $400,000 stake races that day. They're going to have cigar rolling, yard games, barbecue, and a car display featuring hot rods from all decades. Admission is free for the whole family. So come celebrate Father's Day right here at Laurel Park next Sunday, June 16th. Doors open at 11 a.m. First race post time will be 1:10. Visit facebook.com/Laurel Park for more details. Details also on the website, laurelpark.com. So what a big Sunday we're going to have. Hopefully we'll have some nice weather because we have 4 stake races. It's going to be the final round of the U.S. Open. You can watch up there in the sports book. There's the stake races. You have the $100,000 Polynesian, the Alma North, the Prince George's County Stakes, and the $100,000 Big Dreyfus. A couple new stakes we're going to have next Sunday. What a day we're going to have next Sunday. I know you're a father, and we'll be out here working.
We'll be out here working.
Having a good time, but hopefully we'll have a big crowd out here with us next Sunday.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe you can put a little putting green up in the sports book. You have a little putting contest, a little putt-off. How about that? Yeah, I mean, it should be. If you can't find something you like that day, something's wrong with you.
All right, so that's next Sunday. Let's get right to today. We have a nice carryover in the Rainbow Pick 6. That's going to start race 5 today on the 10-race program. There's the carryover, a little over 5,000 in the Rainbow Pick 6. Tim Tulloch has a ticket for that. We'll show that to you during this show. You can also check out all of our tickets online, laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section, let's show you a picture of both surfaces. The main track is fast, the turf is firm, and we're a little overcast right now. We're in the I'll say low 70s, a little breezy out here, 70s, maybe a chance of rain later on. Fast and firm, guys. You can show a picture of the main track again, if we can. Okay. Sealed? Is it sealed right now?
Looks like they just got a little bit of a grading there. Might be a little bit sealed, but I'm sure it'll be harrowed over. Ready. Just very little misty right now. That's about it, what we have. I don't know the
There's
threat
a
of
little
any
mist. Okay.
big rain, but turf course absolutely firm. We don't have to worry about that, I wouldn't think. So,
Right. Yeah. That could take some rain. The
oh,
turf
sure.
course.
Yep.
All right, so let's get right to it here. Race one. Race one has a nice carryover. Now, rolling super high five. That's a low 15% takeout. The super high five, and there's the carryover for the first race, a little over 2,300. Race one also kicks off the popular early pick five, which is a mandatory payout, industry low 12% takeout. Let's check out my ticket. I have a $32 ticket for the early pick five. I go 4 deep in the opener. That's a maiden 2-year-old fillies. Maiden claiming 25,000. I go with the 1, 5, 6, 7. My key horse, I'm not going to try to beat the favorite in race 2. The 5 Bash is even money for Maldonado and Victor Carrasco. So I single there on the 5 Bash. Keep the ticket affordable. Race 3. I go with the 2 favorites there, the 5 Big Boots, and also the 6 Bull Shark with McCarthy aboard for Cal Lynch. Race 4, I go 4 deep there with the 2, 6, 7, 8, and then race 5, I use the 1 Mrs. Cruz and also the 7 on the outside Allison K. So a $32 ticket for the early pick 5. Let's check out race 1. We're going 5 furlongs on the main track. Maiden claiming 25,000 for 2-year-old fillies. And I go with the 6. Talking about Awesome Again, sire of Sir Winston, the Belmont winner. Well, I go with this filly by Awesome Again. She's out of a mine shaft mare. She's bred by Adina Springs. She's a well-bred filly. Now, she didn't sell for very much at Keeneland as a yearling, so maybe that's a little bit of a red flag. But Jerry O'Dwyer's having a good year with the young horses, and he has this filly realistically spotted today. She's not in for maiden special weight. She's in for maiden 25,000. There's a bunch of decent works on the work tab right here at Laurel Park. Sheldon Russell rides a decent outside post, and maybe we'll get a decent price here on the 6 Such Great Heights.
Well, the 2, the 2 morning line favorites, I guess 2 of them here, the 5, not the 5, but the 8 Colonel Jelly Roll and Determined Love, the ones that have run. I mean, they ran all right. You flashed a little speed, did some chasing. So there's not a ton of form here. And we know this barn is capable with 2-year-olds. They can win. Good ROI. Looking on the bottom side for Such Great Heights, the mare, she was 2 for 17. Both wins on the turf, but as you stated, a lot of work. So, I mean, if you don't have a gauge by now, something's wrong. So they're going to go ahead and opt for this $25,000 claimer. I go to Landing Zone. I think when you're looking at this top side of these horses, Morning Line, he's 18% with his 2-year-olds. First time out sprinting on the dirt. The lone sibling, one turf and synthetic, believe it or not. But the works are good. I think Landing Zone is going to be okay in here for Ferry. Another one certainly capable teaming up with Toledo as well. I think Determined Love. I got a little stat on Phil Schoenthal. 2-year-olds, second career start. 6 for 29 that's 21% clip with a positive ROI. Determined Love chased a really fast opening quarter in debut. I think things might be a little bit easier today. I expect Determined Love to go a little bit longer on the drop to hang around. And we got a stat here on Cal Lynch.
For the one girl next door. Scratch to 1A Bucks Val, but the one girl next door does run. And here's the Stafford trainer, Cal Lynch.
Yeah, and here you go. How about that? Last 2 years, 3 for 10, 30%, 6 for 10 in the money. 2-year-old maiden claimers, first-timers on the dirt. There's a good ROI, 244, and caught one the other day, right, with Bricktop. We had one at 3 to 1
with Rosado aboard.
Rosado, right, trying to strike again. Cal Lynch and Johan Rosado.
All right, so I used the one in my exacta, the 7 Congress Hall for trainer Hugh McMahon. A couple decent gate works right here at Laurel Park. This filly's well bred. She's by Jumpstart. Didn't sell for very much. So another red flag there, but she's in for maiden 25 and a good outside post. We'll have to check the tote board here on all these fillies.
This is kind of a scramble of a race stand to get you started, no doubt.
It's a tough card. I had a tough time.
It is a very difficult card.
It's a bunch of deep competitive races, maybe some big prices once again today at Laurel Park. Let's turn the page here. Lots of stuff going on here in race 2. We kick off the early pick 4. You like the early pick 4. Let's check out your ticket and see how you played it.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I mean, Bash, I think, is going to be awfully tough in race number 2. We'll go ahead and single her. Spread a little bit deeper underneath. Third race, 2, 4, 6, Knees in the Breeze, Casper Slough, and Bull Shark. Fourth race, 2, 3, 7, and 8. I was going to maybe single Nicholas and Me, but if Uplifting shows some speed and presses, maybe softens him up, I think he's clearly the horse to beat. But if he falters, it's anybody's ball game in the fourth. Fifth race, 1, 3, 6, 7. They look like the four. $24 ticket. We're going to need to get Bash home here in race number 2.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be singling on Bash. So let's check out the second race here. We're going a flat mile on the main track as you see them working on on the main track out there. Race 2, a flat mile main track, claiming 5,000. Filly mares 3 and up, never won 2 lifetime. I have the 5 on top. So do you, the 5 Bash. We have a stat to show you for trainer Jonathan Maldonado. This is going to be a heavy favorite. Here's a stat.
It's not many sure things. This looks pretty good, though, doesn't it, Stan? The last 2 years, 10 for 19. It's 53% of 15 for 19 in the money, with Dirt Phase running for less than a $10,000 tag, and a positive ROI to boot of 237. Bash claimed 2 back for the nickel, raised up to 16. A little bit of a belated run, but stretching back out. Her numbers at the route of ground kind of just dominate this field when you really break it down. I think Bash just off the lead probably goes ahead and stalks. Boom, boom, gone. The 3-horse goes out towards the lead. 5, 3, 2, 1 for me. Awfully short price. Bash could be lower than even.
Sure, no surprise. Maldonado doing well right now. He's in a good barn right now. I guess when Claudio took some horses up to Delaware, they moved him out of the barn. He was in here at Laurel. They moved Maldonado into that barn. That barn has a long history. John Salzman Sr. was stabled in that barn with Extra Heat when she won the Eclipse Award, and that was Dickie Small's barn before he passed away.
Man.
And then Claudio was in there as leading trainer. Now Maldonado in that barn.
Rubbing off, absolutely.
Yep, he's doing well. So, all right, so we both have the 5 Bash on top. Let's get Bash home here in race 2. Let's speed along here. For the third, we're going 6 furlongs on the main track. Maiden claiming 40,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. We have a video to show you on the 5 Big Boots, my top pick here. Let's show you the video at Pimlico late May. There's Big Boots against Maiden 40,000, a good second this day.
Yeah, I kind of work between horses around the turn, got up, and within a couple lengths. Winner just too good. Baron of Bluegrass, that was Corrales' first time in the Corrales barn. Kind of got away with a softer quarter too. But I like the way Big Boots kind of churned on very willingly to the inside of a rival to get up for the place. Yeah, I'm going to use this horse into the mix. I like the 6er Bull Shark for Cal Lynch. I like the 7 for a long work stand. You're really getting the bottom underneath this one. Just a week ago, you're looking at the breeding bottom side. Just a ton of winners. 6 winning siblings in the family. 12-pack Shelley, Windhurst. Horses combined for $535,000 in earnings, with 2 debut winners out of those 6 starters. That works for me. Bull Shark, they get it done. First out.
She's going to take a lot of play. McCarthy and Cal Lynch are a solid 26% together. You mentioned the 7 furlong workout. How about the 5 furlong workouts from the gate? May 24th, 101.01. That's a serious move. So yeah, good outside post. This horse probably going to be well backed at the windows. I go 5-6. In this race on my early pick 5 ticket. You like the 2. We have a video to show you on the 2 as well. Knees in the Breeze. Let's show you that video of her debut effort at Pimlico.
Yeah, they went awfully fast here early. 22-3. Track at this point of the day, May 18th, Preakness Day, the inside was all right. So this horse has hung out 3 and 4 wide. Internals 22-3, 45-1. Took a little early play in this race as well, and if you remember, this is a horse that Caramanos opted to ride over a Damon Scratch. You remember, horse that was a late scratch. So they must like this horse, and I tell you, looking at the horses that have run, I don't know if they've quite got the early gas as Knees in the Breeze. I like to see them send again and try to take them a long way up front.
All right, I use the 8 on the outside. This is a well-bred colt out of the multiple stakes winner Reds Round Table, who Tim Keefe trained, and Keefe trains this colt. He's trying to wake up. He ran okay last out. He keeps just running okay. It was a good second going 7 furlongs back in April. Hasn't really backed up that effort since. 4th last out comes out of the same race as Big Boots that we showed there.
Yeah, I think this horse is a one-run sprinter. Tried to stretch out 2 races back. Unfortunately, ran into top line growth. What about that one yesterday? 90 buyer and just won it easily.
Broke the track record.
Yeah, that was strong. A 90 fig, just effortless.
I think the Belmont winner yesterday got a 95 by it.
Yeah, well, when this horse, I think he's going to be great moving on. We had that excuse.
In the Sir Barton.
Yeah, in the Sir Barton. But getting back to the 8 Reds winning call, yeah, I think he wants to do is maybe he just didn't like Pimlico. You know, he's back on his home track. He can make a run into it. I think Casper Slew, sneaky little move here. Trombetta, made special weight, maiden claiming. We're going to try all the taxes, shortening up, going back to the dirt with the blinkers on. The debut run was good. Came out of 2 really fast dirt races. This horse is a player in here to come running.
All right, so nice maiden event there in the third. We have a lot to show you here for race 4. It kicks off the middle pick 4. We're going 6 furlongs on the main track, claiming 8,000, 3 and up. Haven't won a race in 6 months. Races in it for 7 or less, not considered in the eligibility. Let's start with the 2. Nicholas and Me is going to be one of your favorites. We have a video to show you from Pimlico, May 10th against open 16,000 claimers.
Yeah, I actually thought he had a good shot this day, but unfortunately stumbled out of the gate. Had to be sent up in between horses early and just kind of faded. That took it out of him right there. Yeah, they went pretty quick. You see the 22 and 4 turning it up to 45 and 1 around the turn. So Nicholas and Me, we're going to go from open 16 to an 8,000 condition. Not a ton of true speed in this race. Maybe uplifting the 5 he's going to have to deal with, but I think he can go ahead and go clear here. He just goes up there with Jupster, and they're going to go ahead and duel into the turn. That's good enough, guys. He's going to back up from there. I think Nicholas and Me will go ahead with a good break today, can wire this field.
And we have a stat to show you as well for trainer Dale Capuano and Nicholas and Me. Here's the stat.
Yeah, 50% tag drops works pretty well. 4 for 17 and 10 for 17 in the money with a positive ROI. Nicholas and Me, not what he once was. He's only run 12 times as a 5-year-old. If this doesn't put him over the top, I don't know what will.
All right, so I go with the 8 on top here. You like the 8. This is my my price play of the day here. It's fantastic. Sharp win off the claim. Ann Merriman claimed this 5-year-old son of Orientate for 5,000 last February. Claimed the horse off Dale Capuano. Gave him a couple months off, freshened him up, brought him back at Pimlico against Beaten Nickel Company with the 10-pound apprentice at 23 to 1.
Yeah.
And they got the money at a big price. So Ann's figured this horse out. Has him in good form, going in the right direction. Now you go to Trevor McCarthy. Should get a nice trip on the outside today. So I'll take a shot here at the H Fantastic on top.
Yeah, and the Bug Rider. Yeah, he had his option. He went to Nicholas and Me, did Avery Wisman, but Trevor knows Fantastic. He's run some big races with Trevor, so I'm going to use him, and I do think he's going to sneak away at a fair price this afternoon. But the 2 falters. This is a real tricky race. Scratch the 1 Junction out of race number 4.
We got to talk about the 7 Drive at Night. We have a video to show you of the 7 Drive at Night from May 3rd. Let's show you that video. This was against Beaten 8,000 Company, and there's Drive at Night. He's going to end up finishing an okay 4th this day.
Yeah, and I tell you, he had everything that he needed up front. Chinichi Junction, they were going at it pretty strong. They were throwing it down around the turn. Drive at Night swings out to be about 4 wide. Turner for home. Dead aim. Looks like he should go by, and he's got an effective kickstand, anywhere from 5.5 to 7 furlongs. He just flattened out a little bit today, but the number still works. He fits in this field. He certainly wants a contested pace up front.
And a horse I use in the mix, thanks guys, the 6 Miner's Quest is taking a drop in class. This is the cheapest this horse has ever run for. He's an 8-year-old son of Mine Trafford trainer Howard Wolfendale. He's made over 280,000. Carol Cedeno knows this horse, so he likes to raise a closing sprinter. He likes to rally from far back, and he doesn't, he picks up a lot of checks. They've gotten a lot of checks with this horse. I think at this level, the 6 Miner's Quest, he could wake up and be right there in the final strides.
So look at the numbers: 61, 63, 69 is last. That works. If he just brings that, a little bit of a class drop, gets the condition today, a horse that's been a kind of a grinder for him, and you're rooting for a horse like Miner's Quest.
All right, let's get a quick commercial break. Still lots to show you. The Rainbow Pick 6, that starts in race 5 today. That carryover is over 5,000. We'll check it all out right after this.
Join us for Jim McKay Maryland Million Day on Saturday, October 19th at Laurel Park. Come with friends and family to Maryland's Day at the Races, a celebration of Maryland's horses and lots of fun for all ages. Enjoy a full day of racing, including on-track entertainment between races. Don't miss the hat contest, 3 categories and wonderful prizes. It'll be fun for all at Laurel Park, Saturday, October 19th. For more information, visit MarylandMillion.com or LaurelPark.com.
Okay, welcome back here. And well, there's the situation with the weather. We have a light sprinkle. I'm just checking the weather on my phone here. It says 40% chance, 30% chance all afternoon. So not that bad. Hopefully just a light sprinkle, but they are sealing the main track right now.
Yeah, and we'll leave it as fast. There's not enough moisture so far to really change.
Sure.
And if there is, we'll keep you apprised of the situation.
Okay, let's get right to it here. Race 5 is going to start the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. There's the carryover today. That's a nice chunk of change, though. They'll go after it today. The bettors fresh off a big record-setting Belmont Day yesterday. So let's check out Tim Tulloch's ticket. He has a ticket. He'll be on with me this afternoon. He has a big single there in the finale, $43 20-cent play. There's all his numbers. He has some good coverage in race 9 with the 2, 5, 6, 7. He just uses the 1 and the 7 here in race 5. That's who I like. Let's check out his single. Who's he singling on there?
He's got Lunar Image in the last. Kieran McGee, Trevor McCarthy.
Okay.
Yep.
Should win. He's in a good spot. He was the beaten favorite at this level last out at Pimlico. But he finds the right group today. McCarthy stays aboard for Kieran McGee. And if you have to pick a single, that could be a good one. Lunar Image going to be one of your favorites in race 10. Let's check out race 5 to start this pick 6. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the main track, claiming 8,000 filly mares 3 and up. Never won 3 life or straight 3-year-old fillies. I go to the outside here. The 7, Allison Kay, is a 3-year-old filly. She's by Congrats. She's won 3 times. She's taken a drop today for trainer Anthony Ferrier. She's 5-2 morning line. She ran okay first off the claim against Starter Allowance Company, facing older filly mares for the first time. She was a good third that day with a 55 buyer. That was May 16th at Pimlico, and then came back and regressed a little bit late May at Pimlico. Didn't run too well against 16,000 3 Life Company, but now she takes a nice drop today. Sheldon Russell will ride. She has some speed, so she'll probably get a nice forwardly placed trip on the outside today.
Tricky little race as well. I mean, Mrs. Cruz, Allison Kay, they got caught up in a duel over there on May the 16th at Pimlico, and Allison Kay kind of got the better of that one that day, and I think she can do it again. Just take the measure to the outside. These two, though, I think will be able to separate themselves from the field and try to hold on late. Maybe Call Me Jelly Roll, step up, show a little bit more speed than what she had, but if all things are kind of holding true of recent form, I think those two can go out as long as they don't duel each other into submission. You know, let the one go. Allison Kay and Sheldon Russell just take the measure of that one and try to go on by. I think Tidy Stripe does work in here first off the clam. Yeah, moving up in price to the 8,000. I think Tidy Stripe races look good. I mean, I think she's going to get a little bit of a setup. You look at that race behind Final Fear. Final Fear has moved up and done okay, right, Stan? So I think Tidy Stripe can make a run into this pace in race 5. 7-1, 3-6. We're identical. There you go.
All right, cold superfecta there for you in the 5th. Let's turn the page. I like the late pick 5. No carryover. They took it down yesterday. Paid a little over $1,200 yesterday. The late pick 5 did. As always, we're going to have that industry low 12% takeout. Let's check out my late pick 5 ticket. A $48 play here. My early ticket's $32. This one's $48, so that's $80. I'll get an extra $20 out for some lunch. So, $100 ATM trip should do the trick for me today, and see if I can take some of these pick 5s down. There's my ticket, $48 play. Race 6, I used the 3 and the 7, the two favorites here in race 6. Race 7, I'm looking for a price. I'm looking for a blow up in race 7. That's a nice allowance race, 3 and up. Other than going a mile on the main track, I almost left the 9 short list off my ticket. But then I ended up putting the horse on top because he's in such good form right now for Engelhart and Vargas, who are 35% together in a big positive ROI. So the 9 short list is going to be tough at 5-1. But I think trainer Hammy Smith is live in race 7 with 2 long shots. The 4 makes most sense. A 3-year-old by Uncle Mo getting back to the main track today. He had a big winning debut last January, and then he got thrown to the wolves in the private terms and then turf and all that. He gets the blinkers off today. He gets the bug. Julio Correa. I think the 4 makes most sense is live. I also think the 6 Dixie Draw. I got a little plug on that horse earlier this morning back in the barn area. So I think the 4 and the 6 are live at a big price in race 7. I think that race is wide open. I go 6 deep with the 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. My key horse on this ticket's in race 9.
All right.
That's one of our features. A nice second level allowance condition going 7 furlongs in the 5 Taco Supreme. He's going to be a popular favorite in there. He dropped a hammer on him last out back in late March against A Other Than going 6 furlongs. He won going 109 and 3. A big 95 Beyer speed figure. That was his 5th win here at Laurel Park. He looks to be the horse to beat in today's feature, the 5 Taco Supreme. My key horse here on this late pick 5 ticket. Let's take a look. I can't wait to get to race 7, but let's check out race 6 here. Big field on the turf in race 6. 5.5 furlongs on the Exceller turf course with the rail at 70 feet. We both have the 7 on top. Let's start right there. We have a video spotlight to show you of Creative Artists. Here's the race, Preakness Day at Pimlico.
Yeah, just in a little bit tight. Leaned in, a little brush, and then squeezed back at the gate was Creative Artists, and drawing to the almost to the extreme outside. That's a long way out there at Pimlico, going 5/8 on the grass. And pretty much never gets a chance to settle in and save ground. There's 3 or 4 wide around the turn. You see the leader there drifting out. Cyclo Bomb leaving the 8th pole, heading to the 16th pole, and shifting way out is Creative Artist. The beneficiary, Shelley Island, slips through along the rail and is going to go ahead and win it. Good energy late for Creative Artist. Gets a little bit more ground today. Should be able to save a little bit more ground. The blinkers go on. This horse should be closer to the pace. Ready to run. And Kukulkan, not much separating them, Stan. They're quick. They're going to, I think, go away from this field, and they can hang around a long way, once again, as long as they stay away from that just duel around the turn. Right. So I was looking for a stranger trying to get there. I see you're going to throw in Zephyr Train. I'll try with the 1 Mellow Chico, and maybe Gary Capps, another one that we talked about his first turf angle. You could throw a Giant Viking underneath, but I couldn't get past the 3, 5, and 7.
All right, so we both had the 7 on top. Looks like it's going to be a nice setup, a nice fast pace and setup in front for the 7 Creative Artists to rally into. We do have another video to show you the 3 Ready to Run.
Okay.
Let's show you the race from Black-Eyed Susan Day at Pimlico. Here's Ready to Run in front and starts getting a little tired right about now.
Yeah, Ready to Run. Time flies by. That was the Michael Stidham horse, right, I believe. And Rising Perry and Rail Master. Well, there's the key. Rail Master came back. The Gallop, he won by almost 10. I think it was 10 and change for 40,000, winning a Beyer of 76. And you saw Ready to Run there. Awfully quick, contested pace, just a little bit of a fade late. He hangs around for quite a long way today. The 3 and the 5, like I say, I think they're going to go ahead, open up on the field. Let's see if Creative Artists can run them down.
So, all right, so we both have the 7 on top there in race 6. Another nice allowance race for you in race 7 to kick off the late pick 4. We're going a flat mile on the main track. First level allowance condition for 3-year-olds and upward. I go 6 deep in this race on my late pick 5 ticket. I'm looking for a bomb in here. Let's start with the 8, your top pick. We have a video spotlight to show you on Smart Time. Here's a debut, a good-looking win at Delaware.
Oh, I tell you, this was a good-looking win. Tracking a 4 to 5 shot and says, "I see you later." Just goes right on by and was well meant. Wasn't about the favoritism, but I mean, I tell you, took a ton of play. You got to respect Claudio. Shorter field, gonna have to deal with a little bit more traffic today. But watch Smart Time through the final 1/8 of a mile. Offhandedly, I'll call this ridden out, because he was under pretty good pressure to the 16th pole. But Smart Time stretching out breeding suggests he should be able to handle the move out to a mile. I looked at some other handicapping sources. This figure came back strong, ultra strong for Smart Time.
Yeah, it's a big number now. It's a big number up there at Delaware now. That was the maiden special weight, 5-horse field, small field, but he's well bred to run like that out of a Storm Cat mare by Bernardini for Claudio Gonzalez. I don't have him in my top 4 picks there, but I did use him on my late pick 5 ticket. This race is just so tough. I almost didn't have the 9 short list on top at all, but then I said, well, this horse is in very, very good form right now for a guy who's hitting at 23% for the year. Engelhardt, when he teams up with Vargas, he's 35%. Vargas has been aboard for the last 2 wins, going a mile at Laurel, 2 back, a mile and a 16th at Pimlico last out. He's run through those start allowance conditions with a couple strong 75 buyer speed figures. He likes it here at Laurel Park. This is where he trains. Engelhardt, 27% from a large sampling of horses putting back-to-back wins together. So this horse is going to be dead fit. He's going to get a nice trip on the outside. You like him as well.
Sure.
The 9 short
I think he'll draft in and get a really good trip, Stan. Yeah, the break did him a world of good. You see him off from January to April. He's come back as a little bit different racehorse, going back to one turn where he won 2 races back. He's paired up a couple wins, going for 3 straight. He's got the edge and probably the stamina right now, the build-up over this Smart Time. Smart Time's going to have to do it on pure talent maybe, stretching out and beating this field, but he certainly showed it at Delaware. I think he's going to be lower than that 9-5 that I have him. And going back to Smart Time, 3rd place finisher, Galerio came back and ran big behind Gnarly Mo. He ran a 74 here the other day. So compounded. This is a horse, you look at the bottom side, you're thinking turf when you look at all the breeding there. The mother did her best work on the grass, but this horse has improved every start, leaps and bounds. You see a little bit of moisture might be in this racetrack later in the card. No problem handling a sloppy sealed surface up at Parks going around a ground. So this is a good field. A lot of talent, as you say. Hammy's sneaky, got a couple horses coming back, look like they're back in the right kind of spot. That will work. I even throw Cotrelli in the mix as a user in your tris and supers to pick up a piece.
Trained by Robert Vukla. I didn't use the 3. I like the 4. Makes most sense here at a big price. 15-1. This is a well-bred 3-year-old by Uncle Mo. My buddies up there, the Men's Grill Racing Group up there in the Garden Terrace. They paid $125,000 for this horse as a young horse. He had a good-looking debut win last January, maiden special weight, going 7 furlongs. That was on a muddy sealed track, so if we have an off track later on today, I like Makes Most Sense even more. And then he had a 2-month break. He came back into private terms. He was 13-1 in there. That was a tough assignment. He didn't run a lick in there. He got beat on over 40 lengths. And then they tried turf a couple times here at Laurel. And then they shipped him to Pimlico, Black-Eyed Susan Day in front of a big crowd. That didn't go very well. Now he's back here at Laurel, his home track. He's getting back to the main track, going a mile. He's getting the blinkers off, and he's getting Julio Correa for Hammy Smith. I think he could wake up and run a big race at a sneaky good price here. And I like the other Hammy long shot as well, the 6 Dixie Draw. I got a little tip on his horse this morning back on the backside. I heard he's doing well. He had a big, good-looking win going a mile last February against Maiden Special Weight. He didn't run too bad in the private terms or the Tessio, and he ran okay on the turf last out at Delaware. He gets the blinkers on today. Avery Wisman rides a nice light weight assignment, 110 for the 6 Dixie Draw for Skedaddle Associates and Hammy Smith. I think Hambone live with both long shots here in race 7, the 4 and the 6.
I think what we're saying here, if the 8 doesn't bring the A game, at a shorter price, it could be possible blow-up city in race 7. We called Hammy yesterday on Gould's Night Out at a big price. Escape with Correa, right?
That's right. Yeah, you had the stat on Gould's Night Out at a big price yesterday. And how about the 5 Awesome DJ, a 3-year-old by Awesome again for Jose Corrales. This horse hasn't run a bad race. He won his debut last December, maiden special weight going a mile. He galloped that day, and he came back and they took him down to Florida, sent him down to Jimmy Jerkins at Gulfstream for the championship meet. Tough allowance races down there. He ran 2 consistent 73 buyers down there. Now he's a first-time gelding. Weston Hamilton will ride. He'll love the mile. He can run a mile all day long. So the 5 Awesome DJ, he could be live here at a decent price. I use him on my late. I'm looking for a big price here in race 7.
Yeah, what he did in that debut, ran off pre-race.
And
they corralled him and still galloped. So, look, he runs in the global campaign. On the tap it now for Dame is running really well. Quality field in race 7.
All right, let's take a look here. That was one of the toughest races to handicap, race 7. Race 8 will kick off the final pick 3. We're going a mile and a 16th on the Exceller Turf Course rail at 70 feet. Maiden claiming 16,000. Filly mares 3 and up. Now scratch the 2, scratch the 3, and then go all the way to the AE page, scratch the 14 Barack. And guys, so I'm assuming the 13 and the 15, they scratched off the AE as well. I'm assuming because I didn't have that earlier, but I'm assuming because the 1A. Okay, the 13 runs. Jacobella draws in off the AE, but the 14 scratch, the 15 scratch, the 1A running tide draws in off the AE and runs for trainer Ann Merriman. You make the rider Jevion Toledo on the 1A running tide. This is a 6-year-old mare by Kate Blanco. She's run some big races on the turf. She ran a big race on the turf right here at Laurel Park last July. She was 3rd at this level. She's fresh and rested. She's had the winter off, and she catches a soft group today coming off the layoff. And you get Toledo, make the weight, change the weight. The weight's going to be 124.
It wouldn't surprise me if the other part of the entry runs well on the grass.
Sure.
You know, Dancing Contessa beating poles on the dirt, but took a little play in debut by Seville. We've seen them. They're handling the grass course out of a mare. Produce a slew of winners. Short, long, it doesn't matter on the turf. So top and bottom turf breeding for sure for Dancing Contessa. You'd like her out of the entry. She'd probably be 20-1 if it wasn't part of the entry with Running Tide. I'll use My Lily Rose. We saw Chucky Lawrence win on a stretch out with a maiden over Pimlico, I believe. I think My Lily Rose orientate on the top bottom side. My Marigold, 4 wins and 19 of 33 in the money on the grass all long. So I'm going to use this horse hopefully with Trevor on the engine this afternoon. It's a scramble of a race. Race 8. It's another one that's tough. You're talking about this card all the way through.
Yeah,
not easy.
I'm 4 deep in this race. I used the 1, 6, 9, 10 there in race 8. Feature of the day here, race 9, a big second-level allowance condition, optional claiming 35,000. We're going 7 furlongs on the main track. Taco Supreme, he's going to be a popular favorite here in race 9. Let's show you his last race, March 31st here at Laurel. Other than going 6 furlongs, he drops a hammer on him around the far turn. It's all over right now.
It just absolutely hammered at the windows. 1-5 and just look, internal 22-1, 45 and through, doing it well within himself. And I don't give out this comment much power away. Watch this horse to the final 3/16 of a mile. I mean, he kicks it into 5th, 6th gears, Dan.
Right.
See you later. Correct, straight as a string on the correctly. Taco Supreme ends up with a 95 buyer. Going out to 7, I'm not really concerned about that. He didn't run too bad in the Jennings at a mile against real quality bunch. He is the true speed in here. If he gets a chance to relax a little bit through the opening half mile, I think he's gone. I like the way they gave him a little break off of that big number. Certainly, looked like he did it easily. Those races still take something out of a horse, and you know that. Given the right amount of time, if he can escape with a fairly leisurely opening half, I think he's gone in race 9. Damon, the whole barn, the whole group, Big Bertha stable, doing great right now.
Yeah, real nice claim, and they've managed this Maryland bred brilliantly. They're getting the owner bonuses. He's by Al Padrino. He's what? He's 10 for 12 in the money here at Laurel with 5 wins. They claimed him for $25,000 January of 2018. They made a boatload, and all the stats for Dil DeVico Barn are good. Coming back off this kind of layoff, 17%, solid positive ROI. Won their last start to come back and win again, 18% and a positive ROI. Good numbers on the dirt. Big numbers on sprint races from a large sampling, 23% and a positive ROI. And allowance races, 28% and a positive ROI. And him and Caramanos from a big sampling, 23%. So this horse is going to be well bet, and he deserves it. He looks awfully tough in this race.
Well, I'm willing to eat, the short price on Taco Supreme on top. And I'm going to have to go ahead and look for some prices in my exacta. Moonlight Shadow I'll use for Rodney. I think he will be a price. I've got him line 15-1. Maybe he comes down a little bit. Here's this third off the layoff dirt sprint stat. Last 3 years for Rodney, 4 for 7 and 5 for 7 in the money. Okay, I like that with an ROI of over 250. And Whirlin' Curlin. Leave out Rodolfo Sanchez Salaman at your peril. I got beat by him the other day with Foggy Dreams in that pick 4. And I swear I will never leave him out of another multi-race gimmick. So, Whirlin' Curlin, he can make a run into it, especially if things get hot and heavy up front.
Yeah, Rudy and Pimentel with a couple big recent wins here at Laurel. So nice allowance feature of the day there in race 9 to kick off the late daily double. Here we go, the Creepy the Crab special in race 10. Maiden 10,000, 3 and up.
Creepy.
5.5 on the main track. The get out race. We're going to have a big handle here in race 10. They love the maiden 10s, and I go with the speed horse right to the front. Al Cortez. He doesn't have to go 6 furlongs today. He only has to go 5.5 furlongs today. Overshore for trainer Valerie Smith. Going to try to go right to the front and see how far this 4-year-old can go. I have him on top. You pick him second.
Well, you've got him right now. There's no doubt about it. And we called him at 13-1 in the exacta with that firster from Noah Abramson over at Pimlico, a big exacta payout. But Al Cortez on the engine. And I tell you, that opening quarter, now there's virtually no run-up, at Pimlico going the 6 furlong distance. That opening quarter, 23 flat. I'm pretty sure it was the fastest of the day, and there were some good races that afternoon. This horse was smoking early, very game to the wire. Might have to deal with School of Song again. The 9 horse for Kenny Decker, Antonio Lopez. These two, could kind of hook up around the turn. School of Song made 2 moves in that race, but I like Louverture, the 5 to go a long way. He also used the firster Picky for Hammy Smith out of a mare that ran well in her debut, a multiple winner. This is the first foal, a big break in the works, but I think this horse is going to be good. A 49-1 over this racetrack in late May. Picky, they spot their horses well first time.
You see the Ellery works. Anytime you see those Ellery works, the horse is well prepared. So I like the 4 as well there in race 10. Does Creepy the Crab have a shot here?
Come on.
I pick him 4th. Rider change today. You get Weston Hamilton. Nice win yesterday on that Dale Capuano horse off the
rally, and that was
ran big.
And ran big and had a brutal beginning. Came out of the gate all discombobulated. Was able to kind of roll up to the outside. Looked like she was going to get beat mid-stretch, but dug in tenaciously to hold on. So that was good. West kept that horse going. So
maybe you can wake up Creepy the Crab a little bit here, Weston. Get a piece of it. Come on, Creepy.
I love it.
All right, good luck in all your will pays going into race 10. Hope they're big ones. We had some big prices yesterday. Big 10 race card gets underway in 25 minutes. Good luck. Dave Robbins coming up next with today's scratches and changes.
Good luck.